This episode of Derapy is brought to you by Agony and Johnny Car Wash.
Last time we talked about Sing About Me, I'm dying of thirst. And we got saved towards the end of that track. Thank goodness. Kenny and the homies were about to retaliate, fall victim to the cycle of vengeance, but they gave their life to Christ.
Yes, Lord.
And a woman led them through the sinner's prayer. Now they are ready to begin a new life. And we are going to begin with the song Real and finish with the closer Compton in today's episode of Derapy.
I do, I wonder. I say what I want to say when I feel and I look in the mirror and know I'm there with my hands in the air. I'm proud to say yeah, I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real.
I just want to say from the jump, because I know people are going to ask and wonder, I don't like the hook. I'm just like every other simpleton, because to me, it's not only incredibly repetitive, things are allowed to be repetitive if they actually have some type of concept behind them. I don't really understand the function of saying I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real, I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real, I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real, I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. If that sounded annoying, it's only because I was reading the lyrics as they are written on screen. There are certain lyrics that, depending on the context of the situation, it would make sense for them to be repetitive. This one doesn't, and also this hook is sang four times in this song. That's too many times. The song's already 7 minutes because of the skits and the bits from the album, from the film that we're covering. Like, it's just a bit too much. I'm sorry. But let's look past that. Starting off the song, we'll get into the first verse. Track is produced by Terrace Martin. Let's see what Kenny's talking about.
I promise that I know you very well. Your eyes never lie, even if they tell. Sweet lullabies that come with the smell of a dozen roses flipping down a green hill. You living in a world that come with plan B, cause plan A never relay a guarantee, and plan C never could say just what it was. And your plans only can pan around love. You love him, you love them, you love her. You love so much, you love what love hurts. You love red bottom and gold that say queen. You love handbag on the waist of your jean. You love French tip and trip that pay for. You love bank slip that tell you he paid more. You love a good hand whenever the card dealt, but what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
Very mellow delivery from Kenny in the first verse, very poetic. I like the plan A, B, and C rhymes talking about, I think it's talking about contraception in my opinion. We got the rubbers for plan A, we got the pill for plan B, and then plan C, just use your imagination. Then we have, you love him, love her, love so much you love when it hurts. You love the material things, but you gotta love yourself at the end of the day. Kind of sounds like a prequel to T-Pab's I, in my opinion. It's a solid verse, but I would hope for a little more feel behind the real. So we get another hook, and then we get our second verse.
I promise that I know you very well. Your eyes never lie, even if they fail. Out the sky and your optics turn stale. With a mode that's green, I can see you fit the bill of living in a world that come with plan B, cause plan A only can make another mistake. And you can't see success coming from plan C. When it all breaks, you'll still say you're lovely and love them and love when you love her. You love so much, you love when love hurts. You love fast cars and their presidents old. You love fast women, you love keeping control of everything that you love. You love beef, you love streets, you love running, ducking police. You love your hood, might even love it to death. But what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
We get the same flow and tone from last verse. Some lines are repeated, but it is from a different perspective. The rhyme scheme up top is nice, but I'm a little bit bored with another verse where we do this plan A, plan B, and plan C technique. I get that this time he's talking from a different perspective, and he ends the verse referring to a man, potentially himself. You love the cars and the money and the women in control, the beef, the streets, the hood, but you gotta love yourself. The message is good. The execution just isn't very powerful to me. And in the context of the album, after our last song, Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, it makes perfect sense. But as a standalone, I'm just not really impressed by it.
The reason why I know you very well, cause Cause we have the same eyes, can't you tell? The days I tried to cover up and conceal my pride, it only made it harder for me to deal with living in a world that come with plan B. A scapegoat cause plan A don't come free, and plan C just an excuse like because, or the word but what if I got love? I love them, I love when I love her. I love so much, I love when love hurts. I love first verse cause you're the girl I attract. I love second verse cause you're the homie that pack. Burner like a stovetop that love cooking from scratch. I love what the both of you have to offer. In fact, I love it so much I don't love anything else. But what love got to do with it when I don't love myself to the point I should hate everything I do love? Should I hate living my life inside the club? Should I hate her for watching me for that reason? Should I hate him for telling me that I'm seasoned? Should I hate them for telling me ball out? Should I hate street credibility? I'm talking about hating on money, power, respect, in my will, or hating the fact none of that shit make me real.
Guys, I get it. I know what this is. I think this kind of reminds me of Gloria in a way, the last song on GNX. I think it's because the concept to me seems relatively obvious, and maybe that's why I find it a little bit flat. Because in the third verse, we get the same scheme, plan A, plan B, plan C. He says he loves first verse and second verse because it's the type of girl he was into and the homie that he hung with, right? But he needs to find validation within himself. I get it. And towards the end of the verse, we get the should I hate kind of scheme, that technique, and he refers to the perspective of the people or characters he was in the first and second verse. He loves them, they love those things, and I promise you, I get it. My problem is the hook is exhausting, and a simple concept like this can be executed much better, in my opinion. It's also my duty to mention, we just had a song, it's Sing About Me, where he rapped as a dude, then as a girl, then as himself. Now in this song, he's rapping as a dude, then as a girl, then as himself. Kendrick, we know, guys, gals, friends, we know that he can execute on an idea better than this. We've heard Fear. We've heard How Much a Dollar Costs. Reincarnated is an even better example. Sing About Me. We know that he can rap from these different people's perspectives and make the song sound way better. The production value is way higher. The instrumental progresses way more. And the performance, the delivery of it is just better. I'm not saying I don't get it and I don't like the idea. What I'm saying is the execution should just be a lot better on this song. And in my opinion, before we even get to the bits and the skits which wrap the album's narrative pretty beautifully, I'm feeling like this is probably the weakest track on the album, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I think it's just kind of a letdown. That's just me. By all means, please tell me if you think I'm tripping, how I'm probably missing something, or one of these techniques is intentional, or I should do a deeper dive into the lyrics. It just doesn't sound all that impressive to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
And this is coming from somebody that is clearly a huge admirer of Kendrick's other work. This one just isn't hitting for me. Let me know what I am missing here.
Gang, I ain't tripping up from Domino's no more. Just call it. Sorry to hear what happened to your homeboy. But don't learn the hard way like I did, homie. Any nigga can kill a man. That don't make you a real nigga. Real is responsibility. Real is taking care of your motherfucking family. Real is God, nigga.
We get another voicemail from Kendrick's father saying he is not, in fact, tripping about the dominoes anymore. I've come to the conclusion that he is, in fact, just talking about literal dominoes and not the pizza.
No way!
But he's aware of what happened to Kendrick's friend, and he urges Kendrick basically to find God and just prioritize being responsible and keeping the family close. I think it's a really nice way to kind of wrap up the narrative of them leaving these voicemails for Kendrick. Just hoping he comes home safe now.
All right, that's all I want to tell you. Just make sure you call us back when you get this message. Here go your mama.
Boy, you better have my car on full all this time. You don't have my damn car. But look, I ain't tripping. Look, the neighbor said they saying you and your little friends over there about food for less. Just preaching to you. I was telling you about the good book, but right about now, that's what y'all need. Oh, and Top Dog called the house too. I guess he wants you and Dave to come to the studio. So look, if you take them music business serious, yeah, put out something for me and your dad to step to. But shit, you know we from Chicago. You know that's what we do.
Father Duckworth tells Kendrick to call them back as soon as he gets the message before handing the phone to young Kenny's mom. She starts by saying the gas tank better be full when he gets back, which is crazy after telling him, you know that his friend was shot, but we move. She directly references the end of Dying of Thirst, saying that she saw the neighbors with him and his friends. She ends by saying Top Dog called the house asking for him to pull up to the studio, which is crazy if the events of this album actually happened that close to him starting his music career. That's crazy. She ends by saying, make some music that me and your daddy can step to, and if she only knew.
Hold up. Hold up. Where are you from? My bitch. I'm finna go dumb.
After the bridge from Anna Wise, which I think is performed beautifully, we get Kendrick's mom with the last word.
If I don't hear from you by tomorrow, I hope you come back and learn from your mistakes and come back a man. Tell your story to these black and brown kids in Compton. Let them know you was just like them, but you still rose from that dark place of violence, becoming a positive person. But when you do make it, give back with your words of encouragement. And that's the best way to give back to your city. And I love you, Kendrick. If I don't hear you knocking on the door, you know I usually leave the key. All right? Talk to you later. Bye.
This song transitions perfectly into Compton, a great title for a track that is an ode to where Kendrick grew up and how far he's come. Real has me left with so many mixed emotions. I love the messages from Kendrick's parents in the song. I love the concept of loving yourself and Kendrick rapping from two different perspectives before coming full circle saying he hates and loves those verses and people. I just don't like the hook or the energy of these verses. It feels repetitive to me. I'm feeling a light 8 on it.
8.
This song is saved by its writing and what it contributes to the narrative of the album, but it is not a song I would play out of context. Now, Compton, on the other hand, is awesome out of context, and especially within the context of the end of this album.
Now everybody serenade the new faith of Kendrick Lamar. This is King Kendrick Lamar, King Kendrick, and I meant it, my point intended is raw. Fix your lenses, forensics would've told you Kendrick had killed it, pretend it's a massacre, and the mass is upon us, and I mastered being the master at dodging your honor. In the chapter that read at 25, I will live dormant like 5 in the morning, then raise the spot while Kendrick's performing, and if they take everything, know I got Compton, ain't no city quite like mine.
Kendrick is rapping like it is time to celebrate, like a man that has made it out and is now on top of the world. Like we are no longer confined by the narrative of Good Kid, Mad City, and we can just drop straight bars. I mean, King Kendrick, and I meant it, my point intended is raw. Fix your lenses, forensics would have told you Kendrick had killed it, pretend it's a massacre, and the mass is upon us, and I master being the master at dodging your honor. This is peak rapping. It's a man on a mission. Let's see if Dre can keep up.
Dre, what's happening with it, my nigga? Still I'm at it, peel the plastic off it, you can feel the magic. Still I'm laughing at the critics talking, I can see them gagging when I'm back in the back of my city. Back in the back with a batch of them banging Dre beats with me. Look where I'm at, it's the murder cap, and I'm captain at birth in this gangster rap. It's a rap when I'm done, and I come a long way from $100 a month to 100 mil in a day. Bitch, I'm free.
Yo, honestly, the best Dre verse I've ever heard.
Quite like mine. So come and visit the tire screeching ambulance policeman. Won't you spend a weekend on Rosecrans, nigga? Khaki creasing, crime increasing on Rosecrans, nigga. Kendrick Conan, nigga. Where yo swore that? Hand on the cross and swore that. I do it biggest Respucia for them shooters. Karma Sutra scream, fuck your position and make you own that. I'm trying to stay grounded like 4 flats, but I know flats and Paru cryptax. Swarm on me like a beehive, hop in the G-Ride from the west to the east. I know just how Compton rolls. And that's
it's a given. I pass the blunt, then pass the torch, of course it's my decision. I crash the Porsche, then you report that you see me in Benzes. I must report that we import the narcotics you bought it.
Then talked about it when crack hit the speakers, the music business. I blow up every time we throw up a record, depending on what you expected. I'm sure it's bigger than your religion, perfected by niggas that manifested music to live in.
Hey yo, be honest. Did Kendrick write these verses for Dre? Somebody let me know, cause no way he usually raps like this.
Roll it up in a blunt, I'ma take you on that next high. I did exactly what I wanted, that's what made them checks fly. In my direction, you never questioned when I said I would be a mogul before I visit Tupac and Left Eye. Easy and Aaliyah, when I see you, we gon' test drive. A Lambo in heaven, but for now I'm on a red eye. Flying back to my city, cause I'll forever stand by. Compton, ain't no city quite like mine.
Now we can all celebrate, we can all harvest the rap artists of NWA. America target our rap market as controversy and hate. Harsh realities we in, made our music translate to the coke dealers, the hood rich and the broke niggas that play with them gorillas that know killers that know where you stay. Roll that kush, crack that case, 10 bottles of rosé. This was brought to you by Dre. Now every motherfucker in here say,
look who's responsible for taking Compton international. I make him holler.
hey yo, Just Blaze, good looking on me.
Extremely strong finish to the album. I'm feeling a solid 9 on it.
9.
You couldn't really miss the concept, the execution, the feature, the production, the flows. I even dig this outro too. This is nice. It's not too long.
Mom, I'm finna use the van real quick. Be back 15 minutes.
I really like how it almost like starts back again. You hear the sound of the recorder, and apparently, according to Genius, there are these bonus songs that are actually about 15 minutes in total, which kind of matches Kendrick saying that he'll be back with the van in 15 minutes. In the skit itself, Kendrick tells his mother he will take the van for 15 minutes. In the skit at the end of Shireen, aka Master Splinter's daughter, you can hear Kendrick's mother saying he said he was going to be back in 15 minutes. So according to Genius, chronologically, this occurs just before the first skit. This is the first and only time that K-Dot's voice is heard in any of the skits. His voice is completely absent in all the other ones. I've been mentioning that throughout the album. It seems like all of these things are just kind of happening around him, but he's not actively participating. Until the very, very end of the album, we get this message from Kendrick, young Kendrick's voice, and all he says is, "I'll be back in 15 minutes, Mom." And then we get this entire album. I think it's a really awesome way to finish. I am feeling a strong, like a decent to strong 9 on it.
9.
It is an extremely effective closer, in my opinion. When I listen back to the album, I would never skip it because it really feels like a treat. After you get through the trauma and drama that is this album with songs like Mad City and Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, and the end of the Swimming Pools album version, the events of Good Kid, there are just a lot of moments throughout the album where you are kind of suffering and enduring to get through it. But then we reach the end. We have this celebration with West Coast legend Dr. Dre celebrating with Kendrick as he has made it out, and he is now an extremely successful artist, just like his mom and dad hoped that he would be when he got that call about hitting the studio with Dave and Top Dog. So how do I feel about the album overall? Unscripted, my raw feelings after listening to the album probably dozens and dozens of times over the course of the past month, covering each song, breaking it down in depth. I am feeling like a solid, like a decent to strong 9. If I had to make it a more specific number, I'm feeling like a 9.55, 9.6. It is truly one of the best rap albums I've ever heard. It's truly been a joy and a pleasure going back and listening to all of these songs and understanding things about it, learning things about it that I've never really looked into or taken the time to try and comprehend before. But yeah, this album, in my opinion, I think it is, as somebody that has covered Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers in depth and almost entirely finished To Pimp a Butterfly, I have one song left there. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, GNX, and now this album. I said when I finished the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers episodes that it had jumped up to number 2. As far as my favorite Kendrick albums, I was wrong. I was wrong. The performances in these raps, the art of peer pressure, Good Kid, Mad City, Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, Backseat Freestyle, multiple songs that I see as perfect songs, 10 out of 10 songs. There are only just a few little, and I mean, I still wouldn't even say that I would skip really any of the songs except for Swimming Pools. The only reason I would skip it is because the album version is really long, but I actually really enjoy that song. Real is the only song that I would skip. And I think that if you have a ambitious project like this and there's really only one song, and when I'm listening to the album, I wouldn't skip it. But if the song showed up like on a playlist, if I shuffled and I heard it, I wouldn't generally want to hear it. But outside of that, the album is nearly perfect. I love Compton. I love the end. I love Shireen. I love the beginning. I love the story, the performance, the production. It's just a really beautiful album. Let me know how you feel about the beginning and end of the album. Let me know how you would rate it. I'm sitting on like a 9.6, 9.7. One of the better rap albums I've ever heard, and in my opinion, his second best album. We will see how I feel at the end of at the To Pimp a Butterfly review. But yeah, thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you to Agony and Johnny Car Wash for sponsoring this episode of Derapy. Thank you all for your support. Join the derps for as little as $1. And oh man, I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the episode or not.
Like the video.
Join the derps, join the Patreon. Love you, mean it. Enjoy the outro.
Damn Untitled or Section 80.
I'm holding on tight to what it feel like to live a peaceful life. Since riding a bike, all that I ever knew was beef and strife. Going to sleep at night, praying to God release the stress. Now I'm on G4 jets across the seas to decompress. My recent checks, how much you think? Decent guess. They grow 'em on eager cold. Who you gonna kill on the feature next? Who would you suggest? My nigga just told me the streets a myth, and he's perplexed. They telling on people like the teacher's pet. He took a pull of his weed, he hides the trees where eagles nest. I started chiefing less and less, it had my cerebral vexed. Too many blessings to be depressed. Went from too stressed to be blessed. Now my new recipe's just keep that fuck shit from my desk. I don't want shit but my breath. I don't want shit but my fan. Thought I used super glue, nigga. How this gun stick to my hand? I don't even tote no pistol, but that shit sounded so hard. Plus I don't give a fuck about lying. Once I learn these nigga fraud, I'm finna burn these nigga dog. Bring me that these nigga charcoal. I'ma send on the crossroads with the lost souls. I saw a near long quote, I would've poked. That with my heart cold, give it 3 or 4 strokes. Then I'm on to the next. Shit like a par 4, I'm a raw ass nigga.